Hello and welcome to my journey of creating a new life. Today it's another day and it's time for telling the story. The story that brought me to this zero point in my life. I know some of you are curious and send me some messages asking about what actually happened. So to make a long story short, everything started for me in the time of the corona. I awakened to this deep desire, longing inside myself to have more co-creation, more togetherness in my life. The way that I understood it at that time was, or the way I put it out in my thoughts and through my mind, was that I really desired to have an intimate relationship. I desire to have a partner there I can create deeper and deeper intimacy, grow together, grow all together, and so on. This was like one part of it, and then it was this longing for community, for having people in my life that I can co-create with in my everyday life. So at that time, I was living in Värmland, Sweden. I had a really beautiful place up on a hill close to the lake, like in the middle of the forest. It was basically like living in the forest. Nature was my companion. My cats were my family, and I had a community of people around me that I deeply loved, with some of them having really close relationships, sharing a lot. Um, Yet our way of having community was more spending free time together here and there, and I wanted more. I wanted something else for myself. So it was a time of pain, of like just realizing that no, I want to create this in my life. And I was also saying, like, if I just continue to live here up on my hill, like alone in this beautiful nature, like being really happy with my life situation, uh, but there is no one that is gonna knock at my door, like. But that is exactly what happened. So I decided to sell my house. I started the procedure, and when I was in the middle of that, there was actually someone that knocked my door. And this was a beautiful man that I met 2 years earlier, and we fell deeply in love. Um, mm, so here he was reconnecting, asking if I want us to meet, knocking at my door basically. And when he arrived, it was basically like we just met yesterday, and we yet haven't seen each other for 1.5 years. So there was a beautiful, beautiful love story starting in that moment. I was in the middle of the moving. I was selling. I was moving. Yet I did not really know where I'm gonna move and what it's gonna happen for me. I decided that taking that step is just gonna open the doors for me. So the first step was to move to south of Sweden, and since this relationship started and the man was coming from Germany, also a lot of travel started for me. Sweden, Germany, living in the south of Sweden and moving forth and back. So this is what it's been basically my last 2 years, living mostly in Germany and partly in the south of Sweden, having a very, very intensive love relationship. And I say it even if yeah, what has been happening. Like, I say it with this big smile because it's been one of the most amazing experiences in my life. A love, intimate relationship with so deep soul connection that took me into the heavens and the hells of my being, like breaking apart lots of those constructions, belief systems about what a relationship should be, of how I want to live together with another, and all these things that I did not really have the experience before to look through, to face it, to work myself through it and find what do I really want and what it's true for me when it's about being in a relationship with another in such closeness and intimacy. Um, also I will say it was an amazing experience of basically opening up to a new understanding of what love is. So after 2 years of intensive, challenging time, relationship, living situation, moving house 3 times, um, yeah, everything you can just imagine. Um, the, we found out that this relationship cannot really be lived in the way that we would like to do it at this time, and we went apart. So there I was in this place of like, what do I actually do now? Going back to Sweden did not really feel supportive for me. Uh, Being in Germany was not a choice either. So in that moment, the possibility to come back to my homeland, Romania, there I'm born and I lived half of my life, came up as a possibility. Having an old friend offering me a lot of support to find a place to land here in this new place, my family being very supportive and close to me. So this is how I landed in Brașov, Romania, taking the time to actually recapitulate and integrate my life experience, everything that I've been through for the last 3 years, kind of looking into this mirror and trying to see it with different perspectives and to take the juice out of it. What what am I taking with me from all these learnings, from everything that it's been? And after a lot of reflection and contemplation and integration, what it came to me, a total new realization of my original desire and my longing that made me to leave behind so much beauty, yet something that was not really fitting me anymore. And I would say that this longing for co-creation, it came to me with a little bit of misunderstanding. Because what I really longed for, and there is where I'm landing here, it was this place of opening up for co-creating with spirit. For first of all, making Great Spirit my partner in life, my lover, my beloved, my partner, my friend, and together journeying and then engaging in different life situations and creating different spaces. So this is how I arrived here. This is still for me a place of transition, of finding out my next step. And the only way to do that, as I was saying before, is just to fully engage with this place where I am right now. So this was my story. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.